UFC Fight Night, Austin, Kattar versus Emmett takes place this weekend. I'm going to go through the full card breakdown and in detail predictions. This is a great card. Austin, Texas, UFC Fight Night Austin. Let's get straight into it. Starting with the early prelim opener of Phil Hawes versus Deron Winn. I am going to be leaning the side of Phil Hawes here. I am a bit worried for him here in this fight because, as we know, Phil Hawes has absolute no chin whatsoever. His chin is made out of glass. Not even. There's no glass there. There's absolutely nothing. That's how bad it is. I am going to go Phil Hawes, though, in this fight. Deron Winn is good. And if I look at Deron Winn's career, he is a decent fighter. He did lose to Gerald Meerschaert. He did lose a bit of fights here and there. If it is going to load, I hope it does. But I don't even need it to load. That's how smart I am. He did lose to Gerald Meerschaert here and there. Deron Winn is good, but he has some grappling. Like, he has... his grappling, he's a good wrestler. He did train with Daniel Cormier. I just don't see him out grappling Phil Hawes. He's also a pretty good grappler and wrestler himself. And I think both of these fighters will neglect the grappling or something like that. I think it'll be a stand-up fight, but I think Deron Winn is not going to have the stand-up level as Phil Hawes. I think Phil Hawes is going to get a good KO for himself on a big card here. I think Deron Winn is not going to win. I think Deron Winn is going to get rocked early on. Phil Hawes will be patient. He'll shoot a takedown. I'll say Phil Hawes flying knee KO. I think he gets it done. Moving on up the card. He did lose to Chris Curtis, but Chris Curtis is pretty good. Like, Phil Hawes did lose to these guys, but he beat Kyle Daukaus. You know, he did beat Kyle Daukaus here and there. Yeah, he beat Kyle Daukaus. But Kyle Daukaus is looking good recently, you know? And Nasruddin Imavov he beat. Nasruddin Imavov is probably going to fight Kelvin Gastelum next. Jacob Malkoun arguably could have won last weekend. So, his wins are aging well. Daukaus, Imavov, Jacob Malkoun. Chris Curtis is also looking good. Curtis just beat Brendan Allen. I'm gonna go with him beating Deron Winn. Moving on, and also Deron Winn. I think he's coming off a win. Antonio Arroyo, but Antonio Arroyo is absolute trash. I'm gonna go Phil Hawes here, getting this KO. Moving on up the card, Kyle Daukaus versus Roman Dolidze. I think this is a self-explanatory pick here. I think this is a no-brainer. I'm gonna go Kyle Daukaus here, getting it done. Roman Dolidze is good. I think Roman Dolidze is good. But his Laureano Staropoli fight was just absolutely stupid to watch. If I'm being honest with you, that was a stupid fight. If I'm being honest, he didn't look good whatsoever in that fight. And Laureano Staropoli took that on days' notice, and he still made that reasonably close, and it was an impressive, boring fight. And he does have some good clinches here and there, and a clinch game. But Kyle Daukaus he's not gonna get held against the cage. I think Kyle Daukaus will win a close 29-28 decision here. Dolidze got a fluke KO in his debut over Kadis Ibragimov. What's his name? Kadis Ibragimov. He did lose to Trevin Giles, which isn't the best of losses. Made it close against John Allen. I just can't pick him here. I'm going to go Kyle Daukaus, getting this one done relatively easily. We'll see what happens, though. I think Daukaus wins. He beat Jamie Pickett, which isn't a bad loss to have. I'm going to go Kyle Daukaus. He did lose to Phil Hawes, and we just mentioned that, but Phil Hawes is pretty good. So, yeah. I'm going to go Kyle Daukaus, getting this one done. Moving 29-28 decision. Boring fight. Moving on up the card, Cody Stamann versus Eddie Weinland. I think I'm going to go Cody Stamann here. I think this card has I think this is a pretty safe card to pick on. I think this is a really safe card. I'm going to go Cody Stamann here, getting this one done. It's Eddie Weinland at this point, man, in his career. Why is he still here? 37. Of course, he did lose to John Castaneda, which isn't a bad loss. We see Castaneda just beat Miles Johns, which is a good win. He did look alright in that fight before getting caught, but I just don't see him winning here. Of course, he got sent to the Shadow Realm by Sean O'Malley, which isn't bad whatsoever. I just can't pick him winning this one. I just can't. I just can't at this point. I just really can't at this point. Yeah, he did beat Gregory Popov, but Gregory Popov is not good whatsoever. I mean, since then, I think he lost to Davy Grant after that. Yeah, Davy Grant. He is looking pretty good now. I mean, he just fought until waiting results. But Gregory Popov is not that good. And Weinland put him away easily, but I think Cody Stamann is good enough to win this one. Cody Stamann is good as well. He did lose to, he's on a bit of a losing streak, let's be real at this point. But the UFC know what they're doing. They're trying to get him back on a win streak. He did lose to Saeed. Not a bad loss. Got caught in a guillotine. Lost to Merab to Velashvili, but Velashvili, it's not bad. That's not bad, if I'm being honest with you. He made that fight quite competitive, if I'm being honest. Jimmy Rivera, he kind of got hustled there. He did beat Brian Kelleher and Alejandro Perez and went to a draw with Song Yadong, but I'm going to go for him. I'm going to go for him out-grappling Eddie One for 3 rounds and getting a decision win. Moving on up the card, Danny Chavez versus Ricardo Ramos. I'm going to go Ricardo Ramos here. Danny Chavez is good. I like Danny Chavez. I think he's pretty good. But he's 35. He went to a draw of Kai Kamaka. Weird one there. Let's be real. I'll keep that one brief. It was like a lot of just groins, fouls in that fight. It was a weird one there against Kai Kamaka, the third. But something in Chavez's game, he did lose to Jared Gordon, and that was a bit of a hype train derail, let's be real. And I know Gordon missed weight in that fight and went over the limit, but like, he got grappled quite easily by Jared Gordon, which isn't a bad loss, let's be real. Gordon did alright against Grant Dawson in that last one before getting subbed. But I just don't see him winning here, man. I just don't see it going well for him here. He looked good against TJ Brown. That was an impressive one there. He did look good against TJ Brown. And he did look good with the calf kicks and the leg kicks in there. And I'm worried here he's going to do that to Ricardo Ramos. But Ricardo Ramos is very, very good. Very good. I like Ricardo Ramos. He did lose to Sabata Tugagov, but Sabata Tugagov, it was a close fight there, and Tugagov kind of just landed the better shots in that fight. I think he landed a spinning elbow in round 1 in that fight as well, but he did lose that fight. But he beat Bill Algeo. We just seen Algeo beat Jonathan Brito, who beat Andre Fili. You know, not a bad win there. Lerone Murphy's going on to do something maybe. And yeah, I think he's gonna go out there win here against Danny Chavez at range, and win himself. I'll say a 29-28 decision. Maybe Chavez comes back in the third or something, but Ramos will win at range. And stay out of the leg kicks. I think he'll deal with the leg kicks. I think he'll deal with the leg kicks as well. Plus, Chavez hasn't been there on, let's be real, over a year now. So yeah, moving on up the card. Gloria Paula versus Maria Oliveira. I don't know. I'm gonna go with, who do I go with here? I'm gonna go Gloria DePaula here over Maria Oliveira. I just haven't been impressed with Maria Oliveira here, man. Not at all. I just haven't been impressed with her. She's fought absolute cans her entire career. And she didn't look good against Marina Rodriguez. She quit in that fight against Rodriguez. She lost to Tabitha Ricci, but Tabitha Ricci, I know she lost that one, but I just haven't been so impressed with Maria Oliveira. And Gloria DePaula's decent. Like, I think she'll put a heavy grappling game plan here on Maria Oliveira, similar to the Tabitha Ricci fight. I like Gloria DePaula. I don't think she's good at all whatsoever. I'm not going to pick her against other people. Like, I just think she'll win this one. Like, I'd say Diana Belbita's better than Maria Oliveira. I think there's a step down in competition. She did win against Diana Belbita, and that could have went Belbita's way, if I'm honest with you. But Belbita, on damage, Belbita can win that. But I think Paula could slightly add that based off some close moments and even in the damage and having the grappling. She did lose to Cheyenne Vlismas, but Cheyenne Vlismas I think it's quite underrated in that in the women's division, the strawweight division. But she did lose to Genia Frey, which isn't a good look if you ever want to be anything. But I think she's good enough to beat Maria de Oliveira here. She's fought decent opponents like 4-0 in the Contender Series, 3-0, 3-2. Like, she beat decent opponents, whereas Maria Oliveira, who did lose to Tabitha Ricci with the grappling. I think this will be similar to the Ricci fight. That's not a bad loss. Ricci just beat Poliana Biana. But she lost to Marina Rodriguez, got absolutely destroyed, had nothing for her in that fight. Fought 3-3, 0-1, 0-0, 0-0, got her in the UFC. I know she had an impressive first round TKO, but I'm not gonna pick her here. I'm gonna go Gloria to Paula, winning this fight, 30-27. I think she's good enough to win. Moving on up the card, Jasmine Jasudavicius versus Natalya Silva. I'm gonna go Jasmine Jasudavicius here. I like Jasmine Jasudavicius. I think she's pretty good. She's 7-1. Oh, by the way, Maria Oliveira does have the experience, but against cans. Just saying. I think Jasmine Jasudavicius will win this one. I like Jasmine Jasudavicius. I think she's actually pretty underrated in the division there. She did lose. She looked good against Kay Hansen. Absolutely, kind of scolded Kay Hansen in that fight. And I know Kay Hansen. I know she won that one against Kay Hansen. And I know she didn't have a great third round, but she won the first two quite clearly. And then she's fought decent opponents. 8-2. Julia Paula she beat in the Contender Series. 5-5, not the best. Elise Reed's looking good. Not really. She just lost to Sam Hughes. I forgot about that. But it was a close fight. I think Jasudavicius is good. The only problem is she's 33, which is kind of annoying. But I think she's good. Her opponent's pretty underrated as well. Natalya Silva is good as well. Yeah, she was supposed to fight in the UFC before. I think Jasudavicius is pretty good. I like her strikes, and I like her grappling as well in the clinch game. And she does land some damage-based scoring. She knows it at least. Other girls don't know it. Other people don't know it. Like Tyler Santos last weekend, like, damage-based scoring. Natalya Silva, though, 12-5. 25 years old. She is young, but she hasn't fought the greatest of competition. Like, she did beat 10-5, not the best. 3-0 is good, but everything else not the best. She did lose to Marina Rodriguez, which isn't bad, but she hasn't fought greatest of competition. I think this is her debut. She'll have the UFC jitters in front of a UFC crowd. I just don't see this going well. I'm gonna go Jasmine Jasudavicius. I'm gonna go for Jasmine Jasudavicius. 30-27 decision win. I think she'll get it done. Maybe round one, Natalya still has like an armbar attempt, but 29-28, 30-27. I think she'll get it done. Jasmine Jasudavicius for the win. I like Jasmine Jasudavicius. Moving on up the card, Jeremiah Wells versus Court McGee. Court McGee's a good underdog. I just don't see him winning against Jeremiah Wells. We've seen Jeremiah Wells look good. Like, Court McGee is looking good, though, lately in his own career. Like, he is landing. I don't know why I said that. He is doing good in his own career. If it shows and loads up. He is coming off good wins lately over Ramiz Brahimaj and Claudio Silva. But where is Claudio Silva? Where is he? He's not good anymore. He sucks. Ryan's Brahimaj should bounce back against Michael Gilmore after he lost that fight, but that was a good win over Ramos Brahimaj. I just don't see him doing that to Jeremiah Wells. It was a really dark horse in that middleweight division. He's really good, Jeremiah Wells. I like Jeremiah Wells. And I'm going to pick him first round KO here relatively easily. I like him. Like, he knocked out Warley Alves. I think that'll be similar. And I think Warley Alves and Court McGee are kind of the same level area in the middleweight division. I just don't see it going well for him. And also, if you say maybe, oh yeah, but Jeremiah Wells hasn't had the grappling though. Maybe Court McGee outgrinds him. He relatively easily and absolutely destroyed and outclassed Blood Diamond in their fight. Absolutely destroyed him. I think he'll do that to beat Court McGee, and I think he'll have that momentum after beating Blood Diamond. And I think he'll take it to beat and knock out Court McGee out cold in round 1. Plus Court McGee, was on a massive losing streak. Like, he lost to Carlos Condit, got dropped badly in that fight. And I think if you're getting dropped badly by Condit at this point in his career, I think he's gonna do that too. I think Jeremiah Wells will finish him and put him out if that happens. And he's 37 as well. Like, I don't know. Jeremiah Wells is older as well, which is annoying because he's actually pretty good. 35 years old. But he lost to Diego Lima, Sean Brady. I just don't see it going well. I'm going to go for Jeremiah Wells to win by first round KO brutally. Moving on up the card to the headliner of the prelims. Adrian Ynez versus Tony Kelly. I am going to be going for Adrian Ynez here. This is a long card. This would be a really good card. I can't wait for it. I'm going to go Adrian Ynez. Decision. I was maybe thinking KO, but Tony Kelly, I've seen in his career, is a tough guy. He put away Randy Costa with relative ease. He did have some trouble early. Same with Ynez. I'll talk about him, but he did come back and actually beat up Randy Costa there. Then he beat Ali Al-Kassi. Didn't make it close in that fight against Ali Al-Kassi in that fight, and did lose to Kakamaka III, but made it close in that fight. I like Tony Kelly. I think Tony Kelly is pretty good, but I think Ynez is good enough to beat him up to a decision, out-scrap him to a decision. He's 28 years old, as Kelly's like 35, 35 years old. I just don't see it going well for him. He did win against Davy Grant. I actually thought Davy Grant won that fight quite convincingly. I thought he won that fight. I watched it so many times. Davy Grant won that fight at least 2 rounds to 1. He also beat Randy Costa, but Randy Costa, that was a good win, but Randy Costa would beat him up. I don't see Kelly just being the guy just to beat up Ynez. Ynez has a good chin, good takedown defense, and you gotta be a really, really, really good wrestler to beat Ynez, or like a really good pick pop shot guy to pick apart, and a guy with good cardio. You gotta have good rest back. You gotta have, to beat Ynez, I think you have to have really good wrestling as your backup, and you have to have really good combinations, and you gotta have good cardio to beat Ynez as well. I think Davy Grant was that guy, but yeah, I think Randy Costa gets it done. No, not Randy Costa. I don't know he beat Randy Costa, but Costa gassed out. I think I'm gonna go third. I meant to say, I'm gonna go with Adrian Ynez to win a 30-27 win, but in an awesome scrap. Moving on up the card to the main card, Julian Marquez versus Gregory Rodriguez. I'm gonna go Gregory Rodriguez knockout here, man. Julian Marquez, I just don't see him winning this one. He's 9-2. He's 32 years old. I like Gregory Rodriguez, man. I think he's very good. I like Gregory Rodriguez a lot. If it's going to load. I hope it loads. Why won't it load? He did lose to Armin Petrosian, but he arguably won that fight against Petrosian, let's be real. I wouldn't call that a robbery. I scored it either way. But he's pretty good. Like, he beat good guys here and there. Like, he beat Yun Park, which is a good win. Which is a really good win. Yun Park hasn't lost since. Yun Park's only loss since was only to one loss to Gregory Rodriguez. And Rodriguez put him out. Marquez, he beat Dusko Todorovic as well. Good win. I just think Marquez, man, is just... He's good. And I know he beat Sam Alvey and Maki Pitolo. But Sam Alvey took him to the second round. I know he was winning that dominantly, but, like, finish. If you want to ever be anything, finish Sam Alvey in less than a minute. Not a minute, but, like, I know Sam Alvey took Da Un Young to a draw, but that I'd like heavyweight. But, I don't know, man. I'm going to go with, I'm going to go Gregory Rodriguez here. Getting it done. Yeah, I think he wins it. I know he has good anacondas here and there, but I think Rodriguez won't grapple here unless he needs to. And Marquez, I don't see him grappling Rodriguez. And I know Marquez has good cardio and he can come back, but stop losing to Maki Pitolo. He sucks. Complete trash. Maki Pitolo, absolute trash fighter. Why? Why are you losing to him? I know he came back, but you should take that as like a loss. You're losing to him. He beat Sam Alvey. I'm going Rodriguez knocking him out cold here in the first round. End of the first round. I think he'll get a knockout. Been out for over a year. Rodriguez has been active. I'm going Gregory Rodriguez here to get it done. I like Gregory Rodriguez. I think he's pretty good. I think he gets it done. He lost to Alessio Di Chirico as well here. I know he beat Darren Stewart and Faux Hawes, but that was then. Hasn't been active. Lots of cancellations as well. I'm going Gregory Rodriguez. I'm going to go Gregory Rodriguez first round KO. Big right hand. Moving on up the card. Damir Ismagulov versus Guram Kutateladze. I'm going to go for Guram Kutateladze here. To get it done, if I'm saying that name correctly. I am going to go Guram. I'm going to go Guram here to get it done. I like Damir Ismagulov. I think Damir is really good. I think he's a good fighter. I just don't see Damir winning this one, man. He's getting older. Damir Ismagulov is getting older here. 31 years old. I know that's not old, but 23-1. He didn't look good against Rafael Alves whatsoever. Didn't look good in that fight whatsoever. And I know he beat Rafael Alves, but he got rocked badly in that fight and dropped badly, but he did come back and win. He beat Thiago Moises and Yoel Alvarez, but that was then, man. That was back in 2019. This is 2022 now. I don't think Guram's gonna... he's been off for over a year now, too, Damir Ismagulov. I think Guram's good. I think Guram's really good. 12-2, 30 years old. Hasn't fought in like over a year and a half now, but he's good. He's a good fighter. Like, I know he beat Mateusz Gamrot, which is a really good win. We're seeing Gamrot in a few weeks. Honestly, in 2 weeks now. We're seeing Gamrot in like a week and a half or 2 weeks now, fighting Armitage Sarukian in the main event. But yeah, no, he could have lost that fight to Gamrot, but that's either way. Like, the fact that the judge gave him that fight, even though he should have lost maybe, and it was a split decision, is good. You know, he's beat good guys, too. He's beat good guys here and there. Brave CF, a superior challenge. I think he wins it over Damir Ismagulov in a 29-28 decision win here for him. I think Guram's good enough. Moving on up the card, Joaquin Buckley versus Albert Duraev. I think this is the real no-brainer here. I don't know what those odds are. I am gonna go Buckley knocking him out badly in round 1. But I think Albert Duraev. I think the odds are absolutely weird. I'm gonna go Albert Duraev losing this one. I just haven't been impressed with Albert Duraev. I haven't been really impressed with Joaquin Buckley really lately. I've been really impressed with Joaquin Buckley. Although he clearly won against Abdul Razak Al Hassan. I don't know how that's a split decision. I think that was unanimous. But I think he's good enough to go out there and beat. I think he's good enough to go out there and beat Abdulrazak Al-Hassan. No, I thought he was good enough to go out there and beat Abdulrazak Al-Hassan. He surely was. I know he makes it close sometimes in his fights. Like, I know he could have been losing to Antonio Arroyo, but I don't see Derive having much on the feet here, and I just don't see him out-grappling Buckley whatsoever. I just haven't been impressed with him. Like, he lost to Roman Kopylov. He won against Roman Kopylov, but he didn't look good in that fight against Roman Kopylov whatsoever. I know he beat Kyle Bittencourt, but I just don't think he's that great, man. I think Buckley's going to sleep him. Buckley, I think, is good enough. He got dropped badly by Roman Kopylov, really badly, and didn't look good in that fight. And Kopylov's not even a puncher. Like, he's not even a knockout artist. And he still was able to look decent against Kopylov. And against Derive. I'm mixing my mind up right now. I think Buckley's better than Kopylov, and Kopylov looked good in that fight against Derive. I know Derive couldn't really do much grappling there as well. Buckley, I think, gets it done. He beat Antonio Arroyo. Abdulrazak Al-Hassan's a good win. And Jordan Wright, not the greatest. I'm gonna go with Buckley. First round KO win. Knees to punches. Getting it done. Putting Derive out cold. Derive's really chinny as well. All of his losses are really by KO. Buckley, first round KO. Moving on up the card. Tim Means versus Kevin Holland. I am going to go for Kevin Holland here over Tim Means. Tim Means is good, but I'm going to go to Kevin Holland here, man. I think Kevin Holland wins it. Tim Means can win. He's a good fighter. He's 38. He is getting older. Tim Means up in age there. I just think Kevin Holland's on the spree right now. He's looking good, Kevin Holland, for himself. Really looking good. He beat Alex Oliveira in his last fight. First state, he's now at welterweight, you know. That was a good win for himself. Beat up Alex Oliveira. I know he almost got submitted against Alex Oliveira, but he was overall looking good in that fight. He made one mistake. Oh, well. I think he's going to go out there and win. I think he's good enough to go out there and do it. What's it? He beat Alex Oliveira. He's down at 170 now. He's looking good for himself, Kevin Holland. I think he'll go out there and beat Tim Means, who doesn't have the best grappling. Like, he's more of a clincher guy, slow you down type of guy. I know he beat Laureano Staropoli, but not the greatest of wins. Mike Perry, where's Mike Perry at now, man? Fighting MVP next in BKFC. He'll probably lose that. Nicholas Dalby, where's he now? You know, Daniel Rodriguez is not a bad loss, but I just don't see him winning this one. That's the problem. I just don't see him getting it done here. I think I'm going to go Kevin Holland, first round KO win here at the end of the first round. Similar to the Oliveira finish, but against the cage. Similar to the Anthony Hernandez finish that Kevin Holland got before. I'm going to go with Kevin Holland. I think he'll get it done. We'll see what happens, though. I don't see Means out grappling him. I surely don't see Means KOing Holland whatsoever. So I'm going Holland. Moving on up the card to the co-main event. Donald Cerrone versus Joe Lauzon. I predicted this fight before, so I'll keep it brief. I'm gonna go Donald Cerrone. I'm gonna trust Cerrone to get this one done. I think Joe Lauzon hasn't been focused here. On MMA. Hasn't been focused. Hasn't been focusing all on MMA and focusing on his career. Cerrone has. Cerrone's fighting for his career here, fighting for his job. If he loses this one, he's actually done. Seriously. I think this is Cerrone's win to have. I'm gonna go Cerrone. I think Cerrone gets it. I know Lauzon could KO him early, and a lot of people are gonna pick that, but Cerrone has a good chin, man. Like, I know he gets KO'd here and there. Like, I know Gaethje put him out. Ferguson, he took shots off Ferguson. He just had a swollen eye to the nose, swollen eye. Had to stop the fight, doctor stoppage. But I just don't see this going well for Joe Lauzon at all. I just don't see it going well. He's not even focusing on MMA. He did beat JSP, Jonathan Pierce, but that was then. And Pierce, if they probably fought again here now, Pierce probably would win. And he couldn't finish Chris Gruchisbacker. It's kind of like how can you trust a guy that beats JSP but loses to Chris Gruchisbacker? I'm gonna go Cerrone, man. Cerrone, I know he just said he has a good chin, but I know he gets put out here and there. Gaethje, McGregor put him out, I understand, but not out cold. You know, especially at 155. I think this is taking place at 155 as well, yeah. I think Cerrone gets it here. I think the UFC know what they're doing. Hopefully the fight stays on, though, this time. And, yeah, I hope Cerrone wins. I think he will win by second round. I'll go rear naked choke. After him rocking Lauzon with a head kick, beating him up. Lauzon covers up. Great pound shots from Cerrone. Cerrone goes to back mount. Lauzon covering up. Cerrone slides in a rear naked choke. End of the second round. Let's do it. Cerrone gets it done. Moving on the card. The main event. Calvin Kattar versus Josh Emmett. I'm going to go Calvin Kattar getting this one done. I think his durability is just much better at this point than Josh Emmett's durability. I'm going to go Calvin Kattar. I think Calvin Kattar wins it. Yeah, he's much younger here as well, Calvin Kattar. I just don't see this going well for... Josh Emmett. Kattar looked really impressive against Giga Chikadze. Like, he absolutely dominated Chikadze. Absolutely dominated him. I know Chikadze had moments, but Kattar just scolded him. Beat him up. You know, after that Holloway loss, I was like, is he going to be the same again? He looked better than ever against Giga. I'm going to trust Kattar in getting this one done. I know Emmett's good. Emmett, he's on a streak right now, but I just don't see him winning against... I just can't see him winning here. Because he does get... I know he beat Dan Ige and Shane Burgos, but that Ige fight, man, is sus. Like against Shane Burgos, he won that fight. Good win, he beat Burgos. But, against... Against, Ige, he arguably lost. I thought he won barely first and third round. And we've seen Ige get out-grappled pretty easily and outstruck pretty easily by Movsar Evloev. And Shane Burgos, I know he's bounced back, but where's Mirsad Bektic? Where's he? Bektic. Where's Michael Johnson? Jeremy Stevens put him out. I just don't see it going well for him. Winner of this, though, should get a title shot. If Volkanovski beats Holloway, the winner of this should get a title shot. And the winner of Ortega Rodriguez should fight Arnold Allen. This is all if Volk wins against Holloway. Let's just hope if he does. I think I spoiled my prediction there. I think Volk wins, though. But I think Calvin Kattar wins it. Holloway's really good, man. And I think Kattar knows there's a title shot on the line. Same with Emmett, but Emmett don't think has the best of chins. Kattar has a good chin. I think I'm gonna go Kattar first round. First round early KO. That a 1-2 while Emmett ducks or something, fakes a takedown. 1-2, similar to the Chris Fishgold finish, and he gets it done. Big shot, ground pound, and gets his title shot. Of the winner of Volkanovski versus Holloway. I'll make an individual prediction and breakdown of this tomorrow. So stay tuned. But yeah, I'm gonna go Kattar. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Yeah. Full card predictions. You're welcome. Peace.